Yo, what is up, Yu-Gi-Oh players? Today I'm bringing you another video, a new video, and I'll be showcasing my Fairy Stun deck. It is a really good deck. It's really consistent. It's really powerful, and it's really quick. It keeps up with the meta. I opted to play this deck like over the tier 1 decks that I can afford. Like I can afford to play like Elemental Dragons, but I don't want to pay the money to like play a deck that's only going to survive one format when I can just play something fun and still be able to beat that deck. Aegis is really good this format, and no one has realized it. It has one of the best cards that can be played in a deck consistently and stop other cards. And that card is Archlord Kristya. Your opponent need to play a special summon. I mean, what is Elemental Dragons going to do against this card? I mean, they can't play Soul Taker. I mean, I haven't really seen a build that plays Soul Taker in it, or what do you call it? The freaking card that destroys something smashing ground or something like that. I don't know the name, but the point I'm trying to make is Archlord Kristya is a really dominant card and it's really good at this format, and no one is really giving this deck a try. I mean, you may see a few duels here and there, but I honestly think this format, this deck can be tier 1, and it handles everything in the meta right now. I mean, Prophecy, it has kind of a meh kind of matchup. I mean, that's what Herald of Purple and Green Lights are there for. Negate spell and trap cards. It stops a lot of decks in this format, and no one is really giving this deck a try, and I'm going to show you guys how good this deck is. So, let's get started. Obviously, we play 2 Kristya. We have to. It's a really good card. Gets over, it doesn't get over, but stops your opponent from getting their plays out of Elemental Dragons. You get this card out, your opponent can't do shit at all. I mean, they just lose. And against decks like Evil Swarms, they can't do anything. They either have the Torrential, Solemn Warning, Solemn Judgment. I mean, what the hell is an Infestate or Pandemic, whatever the damn card name is? What is it going to do to this card? It's not going to do anything. And not to this deck either, because everything that... It's kind of a bad thing, but everything in this deck and agents kind of is like monster support. Like, they don't have spell support like other decks do, but I mean, I don't know. I kind of fucked up there. But anyways, 2 Kristya. Triple Hyperion. If you get this card out before your opponent sets up, you have the potential of winning the game. There's been so many times where I've like had Kristya in hand, 2 Hyperion, and like 2 targets, and you don't want to do anything because you know if you destroy that card, he's going to chain it or whatever. So you can go. I've tributed Hyperions a lot of times this format, this format, just to summon out Kristya. And it's a really good play. If you have Venus and you have Shine Balls or Gachis on the field, and your opponent has, like, kind of struggles to get over them. Doesn't really struggle, but because of the stall, he has to like attack like once or twice every turn, and you have so many targets. Like, you have to kill Gachi 3 times to get over it, like to get that card in the graveyard. And it's a survivor. You can tribute those cards and summon out Kristya. Just that plain and simple. Kristya is a really good card in this format, and it's probably one of the better cards. It's better than Ophion. I mean, you get out Kristya, Ophion shit's all over that card. Kristya shit's all over Ophion, if I kind of said that wrong. But anyways, let's get on to the deck profile before I start ranting about the meta. Oops, I'm missing something. What am I missing? Oh, I'm sorry, guys. 2 Earth. Search yourself Venus, which is a level 3 fairy type monster. You play Triple Venus. This card gets out your Shine Balls, and that's pretty much it. I mean, you just get out Shine Balls, and I don't know, but Triple Shine Ball, and this card gets out Gachi, which is a really good card in this format, again, because your opponent has to keep attacking it to get it off the field. And all those attack and all those turns like that card like gives you to live is another free draws that you can get unless your opponent just goes nuts. Triple Herald of Orange Light. Another reason why this deck is pretty dominant, this format. You get this card in your hand, your opponent can't do anything. They can go caster. Like, if you Valor caster, then they still get like that extra summon thing. But I'm pretty sure if you Herald that guy, he can't do anything. He doesn't get the extra summon. And it gets to activation and it destroys the monster. So it gets rid of it completely. They go Ophion. They go search for the Pandemic card. You go Herald of Orange Light. It's gone. They can't do anything about it. And you just... It's just fodder. You set up cards in the grave for your Kristya. And once you get in that... Once you set up properly, you can like take over the game. And it starts all from having Herald of Orange Light. And this card wins games. Like, it literally wins games. If your opponent doesn't have anything else but to summon Ophion, you go Herald of Orange Light. They lose. They can't do anything. One honest. I mean, you play Light Fairy monsters. You have to play the card. Even though there's not really a... Well, you summon Hyperion, and this card would be really good if they get out those other guys out. You know, this would be good because they can just run over Hyperion. The Blaster guy, which is like 2,900. Elemental Dragon guy. Anyways, back into the deck. One honest. And we play 2 Thunder King. Another reason why this deck is pretty dominant. Prophecy. They cry when they see this card. Like, they start chanting and wishing like someone would just get this card off the field. You can't do anything. Elemental Dragons, same thing. Except it's not so bad. I mean, Thunder King is not as good as it in versus Prophecy as it is like versus Elemental Dragons, because you can negate and they can just do it all over again. So this is why, I mean, it's meh, but you still play the card because it gives you so much control. And I wouldn't say it wins games, but not this format, that is. Unless your opponent goes Ophion and you use Tribute and negate and you just do some shenanigans and win the game. But anyways, 2 Thunder Kings. I play... I'm trying to get the cards out. I should have set this up. Sorry, guys. Triple Maxi. Elemental Dragons. Evil Swarms. It doesn't necessarily stop their play, but it tells them, chill out. It allows them to recognize, like, yeah, okay, if I keep doing this, I'm going to give this guy major pluses. Not only is he playing a really anti-meta. Like, this build is pretty anti-meta. I mean, Agents was meant to be an anti-meta deck. I mean, I'm sorry if you guys don't believe me or agree with me. I think Agents, this deck build here, was probably meant to be anti-meta. With Kristya and all these other cards that stop special summons, I mean, I'm pretty sure that, like, that's pretty anti-meta to me. But 3 Maxi tells your opponent to stop when you're trying to overextend. And 1 Valor. Your extra Herald of Orange Light, I guess. People back years ago when Agents was really, really popular, they would play this card instead of Herald. They're like, oh my god, it's some -2 and all this bullcrap. Okay, you're negating the activation, which is stopping, like, even, I don't think this deck was out when Priority was here, I'm not sure. But it negates the activation, and it just destroys the monster. Valor, you negate for that turn, and they live another turn. So, let's say your opponent has Dark Arm Dragon, you have a monster set, and say that's like a Spear Reaper or something, or whatever, I don't know. You go Valor, okay, you live 1 turn, what? I mean, you have 1 turn to draw Dark Hole or anything else that will get over that card. And that is why I don't really play Valor in none of my decks. I'll play Maxi. And this is why I opted to play this deck, because you have Herald of Orange Light. You have another option. You have an option to remove your opponent's monster from that game, from the field, and gain control, instead of just going Effect Valor, hoping you get a nice top deck. And I mean, it's really good at 1 in this deck. I mean, it's just one of those extra cards that stops your opponent from pushing you for game. And, surprisingly, one of the best cards in this deck, it is your triple Ryko. This card is absolutely the best. I'm sorry. It's the best card in this deck. I mean, I'm sorry. No, let me take that back. Kristya is the best card in this deck. But this is the second best card in the deck. You flip, mill 3, destroy a card. How good is that? Your opponent goes Ophion. He attacks to it. You flip, pop his Ophion, mill 3. You're setting up for plays. This is a really good setup. I was playing Card Trooper. Now, the only thing Card Trooper has over this card is that you can, like, chain Call of the Hornets like Card Trooper, but in this deck, it teaches you to reserve your Call of the Hornets for your Kristyas, your Hyperions, or any other cards that is in the grave that can allow you to gain control of the match. And I think it's a really good card. I mean, it pops a card in the field. How bad is that? I mean, what much can you ask for? Card Trooper, and this is why I never really liked Card Trooper in the first place in this deck, is because you had Ryko, and Ryko was superior. Yugioh, I mean, the only card I can see you can see Card Trooper being good against, and that is only Heroes. I mean, that's what I think. I mean, maybe you can summon Card Trooper, 1900 attack, mill 3, attack, crash, draw 1 card. That's it. This card, you set, mill 3, destroy a card, and pretty much the same thing, but this card's more versatile. Like, you can't go summon Card Trooper, attack, then attack over their freaking Blaster or Tempest or whatever they have on the field on your opponent's side of the field. You can't go Card Trooper, summon, mill 3, attack into the Ophion, and crash and draw 1. But you can set Ryko, flip, destroy his monster. He can't really do anything. I mean, unless he has what is it, Solemn Judgment? I don't know. What can get over a flip? I don't think anything can. Unless he's skill drain, and that's really popular. That's really not popular. But it's not really singing in this deck, in those decks. But yeah, Raikou is a really good card. Yeah, that was it for my monster lineup. That was 27 monsters, and I will get on with the spells. 1 Mind Control, 1 Dark Hole. Sorry if you guys can't see that. And 1 Monster Reborn. That is your staple. Those are the staples you play in this deck. Pretty standard. Mind Control. Take the monster. You can Synchro. You can Exceed. Dark Hole. I mean, obviously, no need to explain. Heavy Storm, same thing. Monster Reborn, same thing. I mean, it's free monster, clear field, and clear background. I mean, that's pretty much what this little lineup does. 2 MST, and I opted not to play 3. Someone asked me earlier, before I did my deck profile, and I played one guy on at Locals, I think the day before yesterday, or a couple days ago, and he was like, he looked at my deck, and he was like, wow, that's a really nice fairy deck you got there. And he was like, why do you only play 2 MST? It's not really a big thing to discuss, but a lot of decks play 3 MST because they want to just go off, they don't want to get stopped. But like I said, this is anti-meta, and a lot of decks, doesn't matter, don't really play back row. I mean, you have Prophecy that may set a few quick plays here and there, but not all the time. They usually just have like monster presence and have like their towers or whatever. But even MST is useless. I'm sorry, against that deck because they have like tokens and stuff, and they just like you can't really do much against it. A lot like Elemental Dragons don't really play trap cards or set at all, but we have decks like Evil Swarms. They play a lot of back row, and I side in against those decks. But usually Raikos, Hyperions, and everything gets rid of that for me. 2 Pot of Duality just gains allows you to get better hand advantage. A hand advantage. It allows you to get a better hand if you open with a shitty hand. Like there's so many times I've like had like Kristya, Hyperion, Shine Ball, Call and Haunted. Like what the hell? And then you just go Pot of Duality, and you get like Herald of Orange Light, and you're just like the happiest guy on earth. Like you're literally just smiling your butt off. Like yes, and that's why I say like you really get bad hands, and every bad hand is playable because this deck is just really consistent. I've never had a bad hand in this deck where I felt like in a way that I felt like I can't play it, and if I draw this hand, that I lose. Some decks you get bad hands, you're like I lose. Like I never get this with this deck. I'm not boasting or anything like that. And I just kind of got sidetracked by my awesome Latios drawing I did there. I'm making a new mat, and I'll keep you guys updated. But like I said, I'm getting sidetracked again. Let's get back to the deck profile. Triple Call of the Haunted. You cannot play this deck without it. If there's another card that can special summon from the graveyard that was like similar to Call of the Haunted, I would play it. I would play 6 of these if I could. And even if I draw 6 of my hand, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to get out of that situation with this deck. That's how much confidence I have in this deck in this format. But yeah, Triple Call of Haunted, 1 Torrential, I mean, I'm not a big fan of clearing my own board, because with this deck, you get Kristya out a lot easier than you think. You get cards Hyperion. You get Field Presence. Kind of pronounce that kind of weird. You get Field Presence really easily, and you don't like having to Torrential. I'm thinking about taking this card out for Mirror Force, Deep Prison. I don't know. I tried Bottomless, don't like Bottomless. I think I'll feel better just playing cards like Mirror Force. And Mirror Force is also a pretty good card in this format, but you don't have Sangin. That was the worst feelings in the world when your opponent go Tour Guide, Sangin, attack, and you have Torrential. You don't want to Torrential because they'll get a card in hand. You don't want to take damage because 2,000 points of damage was like, once you did the damage, I mean, it was kind of hard to recover from, unless you were playing like Chaos Dragons and something like the derpy shit that was really overpowered, and that's different. But yeah, one Solemn Judgment and one Warning, the Solemn Duo, and that is all. This is a 40 card deck. I will show you my extra. Actually, I don't think I have enough time. But anyways, thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. It will help me out a bunch. Don't forget to check out my other videos. I will be bringing new videos, and I will be doing more rants. I mean, I kind of ranted here in this video. I didn't really mean to, but the format was just really shitty, and I've seen like a lot of my friends decided, or almost decided, they were going to quit this format just because of Evilsworn's Prophecy and Unlawful Dragons. There's just so much bullshit. If you don't want to pitch out $200, $300 plus, then you're screwed, because you have to, like, I mean, those decks are dominant. But I don't believe that. I think Agents really have a good shot at being tier 1 this format. And it just takes one player to top at a YCS or regional with this deck, and they'll be kept in check. They'll be like, well, shit, now this deck is on the horizon. We have to watch out for this. And that is it. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys later.